Hello again, I'm Paul Wasserman for Yale All Access, and I'm in the varsity room at the Ray Tompkins house. It's the middle of lacrosse season, and I have the honor of being joined by sophomore standout Brandon Mangan. Brandon, thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Last year as a freshman, you led the freshmen with 11 goals and 17 points. Talk a little bit about that transition and what it was like coming from high school to the college game, and what's that like?
Well, the speed of the game is definitely a lot faster. You know, everyone's a lot bigger, stronger, faster. So that's a little tough to get adjusted. But Brian Douglas, who was a senior last year, and Matt Gibson really helped take me under their wing and teach me the ins and outs of the college game. And it's definitely been a great experience.
This year, though, you're one of the leading point men on the attack again. And you have another sort of freshman standout again, Conrad Overbeck. He's on the attack with you. And what's that like? Have you taken him under your wing? And what's that like playing up top with him?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I really like it. He gels in really good with me and Matt. We work really well together. And I just try to do the same thing. Brian Douglas, he really helped me a lot last year, and I try to play the same role for Conrad this year. Really teach him every little thing, the little details that are a little different than high school that you need to get used to and acclimated with in the college game.
And how do your playing styles mesh together? Sort of what does he bring to the attack, and what do you bring also?
Conrad, he does everything very well. He's a good shooter. He can dodge. He's an overall great player, and I think it just really works well with me and Matt Gibson.
Playing a team like Cornell, third ranked in the nation, going up to a tough place to play in Ithaca, New York, losing 8-7, following that up though the next weekend with a 5-overtime loss to Prince. That's the longest overtime game in Ivy League history. What does that do to the team mentality? Do you build on that? Is that a positive? Obviously, it's the two losses, but what does that do to the team?
I mean, immediately after the game, it's tough. Everyone's pretty upset, but you realize you just got to move past it, take the good things out of it, and just you got to put it in the past. You got to move on. Now all we have to focus on is UPenn on Saturday, and that's the big game. And we just got to win, try to get a W there, and just move on. And take it and try to make it into the Ivy tournament. And when we make it into the Ivy tournament, it lets us know we can beat these guys. We can beat Princeton. We can beat Cornell. And that'll help us moving forward.
And what needs to change, if anything, going from the first half of the season into the second half of the season to try to, as you say, make it to the Ivy League tournament? What needs to change?
I think just the little details, making little plays, and just keep playing hard. You know, every day in practice has to get that much better. Just as the season rolls on, everyone has to just want it a little bit more.
And looking into the future a bit, for the next 2 years, you'll be a junior next year and then a senior. Where do you see this Bulldog program headed, and what's necessary to try to get to that next step, to get to the NCAA tournament?
I think there's only room for improvement. You know, I think we can really make even this year, I think we can make a big improvement and maybe even make it into the NCAA tournament this year. But this program is on the up and upcoming, and we're going to make it there.
Brandon, well, thank you for taking the time to take time out of your busy schedule to sit down with me.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck on the rest of your season.
Thanks.
I'm Paul Wasserman for Yale All Access, and that was Brandon Mangan.